Hello and welcome to the show. Today I am going to seriously test the Forza 7 AI. Now, the way of doing this, I'm going to go race some Nascar. Now, I'm a big fan of oval racing in general. I know that might sound strange for a British person to be, say this for a European even, to be say there's a lot of people look down on NASCAR and so on. A huge amount of skill is involved in racing the NASCARs. Yeah, they go around an oval, but it is anything but simple. And we have NASCARs straight from the off. In Forza 7 we have a few ovals to go and race around, which is what we are going to try out. You see, it's a great test for the AI because in NASCAR you are running very quickly, very close together with everybody, often side by side through multiple laps even. So how the AI are going to react to this, I don't know. I'm very curious to find out if they are going to behave themselves, if we're going to be able to get some good racing with these cars. Now, I really hope that we can. I really hope that we can. Also, kind of give us a chance. I'm just going to make sure we've got a rolling start. We do have a rolling start. Good. It will also potentially give us a chance to see if bump drafting and the like is going to work. One of the reasons why trying to do any oval racing in Forza 6 never really worked is that the way that the physics worked with working together, essentially with teamwork, you would nudge the car ahead and it wouldn't give it any speed, it would just slow you down. That doesn't work. That really doesn't work when it comes to racing NASCAR. So I'll be curious to see. I'll be curious to see how it pans out in all of this. We're going to go for 7 laps around Daytona. I'm going to make sure I have actually got it set to the tri-oval. I do. Yeah, 7 laps around Daytona. It's a random grid spot. Could be at the front, could be at the back. See how the AI behave themselves. Well, it looks like I am somewhere, not too bad, kind of halfway up through the pack as we get underway. I've had a really good start, but I haven't exactly got anywhere I can go with said start. Everybody's away relatively cleanly. One car seems to have had a really slow start back there, but that's about it. Okay, the driver tars have done a much better. I guess I had to have a slight lift because I'd almost got into the back of the Toyota, and the driver tars have now buggered off from me. The trick with this is going to be trying to be smooth enough around the well, big old banked turns, and trying to do that with a controller is a little bit on the more difficult side, but there we go. We should be well in the draft. And watching the AI's up ahead are actually, they're going 2 wide. Okay, we're probably not going to see 3 or 4 wide around here, but they are kind of acting pretty well. The Toyota on my outside has got a much better run over that final corner on the high line than I have lower down. In fact, he is going to get back past me. We need to work together, Rasher UK, to try and make our way up through the field. I kind of want to just follow the Toyota, sit in the draft. I'm really impressed. Look at the AIs up ahead. They are properly battling 2 wide. Can we give you a push? I'm not really sure it's helping either of us here. This particular, I don't know, maybe. Are we catching 10th place? Maybe a little bit through there. I'm very oddly finding myself currently up high. Anyone who's ever watched me race ovals knows that I literally hug the bottom of the circuit constantly. So I've actually made an overtake around the outside of a corner. That's not something that goes on normally with me. That shouldn't happen. We've got a lot of speed going into this one. Are we going to try the highlight again? I was tempted to. Wasn't sure where that car was going. We'll just dive down low. I mean, as far as the AI go with each other, it's been pretty decent. We're miles clear. They're not really forming up into groups. They're not really working together. I'm going to be honest, I'm not expecting the Forza AI to be programmed to race ovals the same way that, NASCAR 2003 AI might be programmed to race ovals. But they're not crashed into one another yet, which is good. I don't know where on earth that car is going. You can go down the bottom of the circuit if you want. I've seemed to have found some real speed by running higher up on the circuit. That's very unusual for me, but there we go. In fact, the AIs are kind of doing it a little bit up ahead. We're all in identical cars at this point in time. I seem to have a lot of speed over these guys. I'm not quite sure where that's coming from. I'm going to duck out there. I mean, I guess they're kind of falling off the draft a little bit. It's possible that I'm sort of just slingshotting my way forward past these guys. Yeah, because now I'm out of that draft there. We've kind of evened out. Can I get up? Yep. Oh, crap. I've just seen in the rearview mirror. I've got past a bunch of cars, and they're all now coming with me. Oh, I think the car on the inside. They're a little bit nervous about going past me. Yeah, I've actually bought a whole train of cars with me. That's quite interesting. So as I've gone past these guys, they've then sort of latched onto the back of me. There's a really big train going on behind. Kind of what I was... Oh, I say what I would expect, what I would hope from some oval racing. I worked my way up now into a 6th place. Yeah, the train is... It was a little bit scuppered when I think I scared an AI slightly. Unfortunately, I assume he took a little bit of a lift down that section. Not bad. Not bad, AI. I will give you that. Yeah, I mean, this is asking quite a lot of... well, Forza Drivatar, shall we say. That Toyota behind me has got a massive run. He's right there. Go away! Go away, Toyota, please. I'm trying to get draft from 3rd and 4th here. It's okay. Again, I think I may just be a little bit too scared, a little bit too cautious at times, trying to get past me as the player. But they're not running into me, and I'm trying my very best to not be erratic around here. We've got good run out of that section. Don't clip the bumper of the car ahead. We're going to have a run past him, possibly. Come on, I need some more draft. Oh, I'm going to be stuck on the bottom here. Oh, Toyota's behind her again. They don't seem to be working together particularly well ahead of me, but as soon as they fall behind me, it's sudden they're all there. Nope, that's not worked. That's not worked. I want that highlight again. Oh, bugger, he's got a real run on the cars ahead. This is brilliant. I am really, really impressed with how well these AI are dealing with NASCAR, with the oval racing. This is the kind of racing that I would hope to go on. We have maybe got a little bit... I seem to be better around this turn. I can pull a little bit of a margin on these guys. Around there, perhaps I'm being a tad bit smoother or something with the steering. We're going to go run past... Yeah, I get a mega run out of that section. And unless I am on the higher line, I'm not so good around this particular corner here. We're going to run in quite high. Don't quite kiss the wall, though. That won't make matters any better for me. We're going to maybe... Come on! Get a 3rd place! Come on, we can do it! We can maybe do it. No, we can't. We can't do it. We can't get a 3rd. Oh, I tried. I threw everything at it on that final lap. I think to answer the question of can the AIs drive the NASCARs at Daytona, yeah, that's bloody good racing. That was really properly good racing between everybody there. I came from... Was it 12th, 13th on the grid, all the way up to 4th? Another couple of laps, I might have been able to get to the front. Had I got to the front, though, I suspect I would have come under increasing fire from everybody behind. Like, yeah, they don't seem to work together with each other so well, but when they came behind me, when I didn't pay attention for a couple of laps, suddenly I brought an entire train with me. So the way that they're reacting with all of that is... Yeah, I'm thoroughly impressed with the way that they behaved throughout that. I'm thoroughly impressed indeed. Well, Daytona was suitably entertaining. Am I at the front or am I all the way at the... Okay, no, I thought I was at the back because I was expecting to see a car somewhere around me. Whoa, okay. We've come to Indianapolis to test things out. Should be... Oh, there's been a crash. A Legato has been turned into the wall. Well, I mean, that happens. That definitely does happen. Indianapolis is likely to be a little bit more of a, of a challenge. Oh, yeah, that's the sort of thing that I slightly fear with the... This is the difficulty with a lot of games that aren't built solely with the purpose of oval racing. When you start putting cars around a place like this, Project Cars 2 has this issue as well. You try and race some of the ovals because it's not quite completely flat out around it. You might be able to set the car up to run completely flat out around it the entire time, but yeah, it isn't quite, and the way that vehicles deal with stacking up is less than ideal, shall we say at times. We're going to see that the leaders are starting to make a breakaway because we've all got into various strife here. I'm going to be on an awkward line coming into this first part. Oh, not quite as awkward as that car up there. He isn't going to squeeze me, though, down to the inside. Oh, they are up into the wall, though. Over there, maybe not got their tyres up to temperature or something. They're going to run side by side. The car on the outside made a good run around all of that. Yeah, then there's somebody slow for whatever reason coming down this back straight. I will say thank you very much for the positions. I suspect once they all spread out, there will be... much better behaved, less prone to making mistakes on their own, etc. However, at the start of the race, when they're all bunched up, is when things go a little bit skew-whiff, and I've turned in, oh, I don't quite know what I'm doing around Indy. That's my bad. We're going to be the ones now getting swamped by everything. I was very surprised the Ford didn't just go flying past. Yeah, they don't always seem to make the right decision when someone up ahead does something a little bit out of the ordinary, and that can cause some big issues in the opening lap when everybody is all very, very close together. Unfortunately, it does seem to be the case around it. Now, you might get lucky and get a good start, get everybody clear and everybody that's that little bit more spread out to begin with. But yeah, when it's a slight bit more technical a place, issues do seem to occur slightly. I don't think like actual lap speed wise they're that different to me. I am again playing with the unbeatable AI on here, so yes, as fast as the AIs are going to get. I think the Ford behind me, I thought about going up the inside, couldn't, then had to back out and then lost a whole bunch of speed that way. Yeah, they don't quite go back to sort of different lines with as much speed as you would hope they would, and that's what causes the backing up of traffic. I am not quite going quick enough at this moment in time. I need to get onto the tail of, if I can get the draft from the, I'll probably get a small draft back here. In fact, we are now starting to close. We might be just about close enough. Need to get on the tail of that Toyota. Once more, ideally you'd have a wheel for racing ovals. You can try and be as smooth as you like on a controller. It's just not as easy to do. But there we go. It's still a little bit janky from me. My bad on that one. We are catching gradually. Blah, blah, blah. We're not going to be fighting for a third place this race around. Not after the start that we had. I have to have a little bit of lift on the way in here because we just don't quite have the grip to carry the speed flat out through these turns. I think we can kind of carry the speed flat out through the second part. The first part, not quite so much. We're going to have a big run on the Toyota. We will pass him, make sure we have enough space before we go back up, searching for more drive. Now, if we can keep like this slingshot effect going, I might be okay to make some progress. It's not necessarily going to be the easiest of things, just don't bump the wall. Also, the sun is in a real awkward position. I'm going to bump the wall, I'm going to bump the wall about very, very wide through there. Fine, yeah, just don't get a nice run off of that corner when you're wandering over towards the wall. Yeah, he's buggered off a long way behind. As soon as I come past, I kind of upset their rhythm, and that gives them some issues. I'm running a little bit deep through that first corner. There's a bit of panic. Didn't want to go on the... didn't want to go near the brakes, but was worried about running up towards the wall. We're going to be fine through there. Again, I'll do exactly the same manoeuvre on you. Thank you very much. Are we clear? Yep. That'll put us up into 8th. It's the final lap, though. I don't think I've got a lovely... Oh, forgot how wide my car was. Got a lovely run on the cars ahead again. But I'm not going to have time, I don't think. I think I should be flat out through this final turn, if I have remembered correctly. I've been a little bit cowardice after my bump on the wall in the opening lap. Yeah, you can just about do it through there. I have again got another big run, but not going to be able to do anything because the finish line is right up here. No! Not quite. Not quite. Yeah, Daytona, they were much better. Daytona, they were an awful lot better to be racing against here. Actual lap time wise, there was one Toyota that got a good lap in. They are perhaps not quite fast enough, but yeah, the bigger issue is if they fall out of their little rhythms, if you like. They just don't quite react well enough. At Daytona, I think at Daytona they can get away with it because there's a lot more lines to be taking around there. Well, I say a lot more lines to be taken. The AI are happy to be flat out at all sorts of different points on the circuit, so they can deal with it better. Whereas when we come to Indy, there's not quite the same places for them to go, and they kind of freak out a little bit. I mean, it's still not too bad, but yeah, Daytona definitely a lot better. And finally, we are off to Homestead for, I suspect, a similar story to the previous race. We'll see what the AIs do around this circuit. Oh, there's just about space. I mean, thank you for just about giving me space to get through all of that. So on the bottom, I'm going to go very, very quick. Now, am I going to want to hog the bottom of the circuit, or after seeming to do quite well at Daytona going up high, do I run up high and risk bouncing off the wall continuously? Because I'm not very good at running high up on the circuit. Oh, the AIs have had a crash up high. That's not so good. Try and avoid all of that. We're fine. There is I haven't actually had it come up in a video, so I've not actually talked about it yet, but there is a little caution indicator that'll come up on the top of the screen to let you know there is a crash ahead, which is really, really helpful. It's a really useful little information bar that will come up that, yeah, I think I want to be running higher up around the circuit. I think I was a little bit too cowardly, if I am honest, through that corner. You can run in quite deep into these turns. Oh, they don't like this corner, the AI. They run in way too hard through there and bounce up. Yeah, they are not enjoying that particular corner. Now, again, here is not quite going to be flat out the entire way. You're going to have a lift and decide how much speed you can get away with through these turns. And the AI were doing a little bit better than me on that first run. Now I seem to have got the slight more hang of it. You can be very, very late on the old lifting out of the throttle. However, you're still going to have to do it. Probably not brushing the wall there would be a helpful idea. Yeah, we're going to have a big old track. I seem to remember them doing this a bit in Forza 6. I never really played around here with the rain in the Nascars, and they like to bounce that wall on the outside for whatever reason. If I run up high here, no, he's going to run it real deep. He left me space. He left me space around there, but I had to get out of the throttle and I've lost all momentum anyway. Through there, we might lose another place here. Come on, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? I'm probably not good enough around here. Oh, I came down a little bit. I'm into the wall. Oh, Toyota ahead of me had a bit of a bounce as well off the ground. We're fine. That was slightly my bad. Thankfully, everybody's having issues. I say everybody. Most of the AIs are crashing at that corner. That's a little bit of a shame that they are having so many problems through there, because they seem to be behaving themselves everywhere else. Like, they're not stacking each other up in the same way that they were at India. We are a little bit more spread out here, but it's just because they keep bouncing off of this final wall that somebody has a crash, and that slows down a whole line of cars or causes issues and so on. Oh, I'm running too deep, trying to get away with that. Oh, there's going to be a different bump going on ahead of us. Yeah, you keep doing that, guys. I will get back to that 8th place, maybe. I think I'm going to run out of time, actually, to get to the 8th place. I should have stuck to what I know, running around on the bottom of the circuit, because I don't know what I'm doing running around on the top of the circuit. No. Just trying to have this, doing the smooth enough steering to run around the top of the circuit on a course like this one is what I'm struggling with a little bit. More practice, I'm sure I could. However, there we go. I've kind of cut the Toyota off slightly. Try to get on that power as soon as I dare. I actually have carried good speed around there on the final lap. We're going to have to settle for an 8th place. I could probably make it a little bit longer, actually, in terms of the race length. Yeah, the actual racing with the AI there is very good, surprisingly. They have more fun times here. Their issues come with that final turn, I guess, kind of halfway through it. They seem to carry a little bit too much speed most of the time, which is odd. Which is odd indeed, and they just keep running up and bouncing the wall. They got better towards the end of the race. I wonder if they're on cold tyres. They are trying to drive it like the car on warm tyres, and that's giving them problems? Potentially. I don't know. Yeah, an interesting one. Nevertheless, got to say, AI did a pretty good job. Did a pretty damn good job. Certainly at Daytona. Daytona was a really good, fun race. Really good, fun race to be doing. Indy, they have some issues if they go offline, and apparently here they have some issues if they go up towards the wall on the cold tyres. But yeah, on the whole, the AI, I am pleasantly surprised with their ability to race with the NASCARs, race closely, race cleanly, or with me and so on. Most of the crashes were caused by me doing something stupid. So there we go. Yeah, you can have plenty of fun messing around with the ovals here. At least certainly I can. That though is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.